Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome to a video looking at a situation of Battlegrounds Season 10 kickoff. Yes, kickoff information. Now, I'm a little bit behind with the videos. Like last night, I worked on quite a bit on a spreadsheet, which is going to be out today, I want to say, which is a Season 10 defense, attack options, also gladiator circuit, and yeah, so that video is going to be out hopefully later today. I want to finish off the spreadsheet. It's not done yet, but there will be a link to it, and there will be a video to kind of like talk it through with you a little bit later on. So there is plans for that, but this kind of like came across late last night, early this morning, I want to say, possibly, yeah, late last night, early this morning UK time. So you know, we'll go over it in this particular video. So yes, Season 10 will be out next week. As a lot of you know, there's not a delay, but there's 2 weeks. I think it's just the way that they want to take the season in. And there's some changes. Okay, so there's some changes to Battlegrounds, which is a good thing and also kind of a bad thing as well at the same time. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of divisive with the community as to like their thought process on whether you like it or not. Okay, seeding has been announced and a kind of build up to how it's going to be is going to be impacted in Season 11. In a nutshell, in Season 10, wherever you finish, depending on where you finish, you will then be able to start at a different point than you did, a little bit lower, but also a little bit higher in Victory Track. So I didn't really explain that very well. Basically, in Season 10, whatever this season happens, so if you finish in like, and as Kabam say here, if you finish in Platinum 1, you'll be seeded into Silver 1. If you're in Gladiator Circuit, you'll be put directly into Platinum 1. So the higher you finish in this season, the better it's going to be. Now, it's always a bit debatable as to like stuff like this, and we'll have to see how it kind of impacts. I'm honestly very happy about this, but there has been some further changes Kabam have made, which I'm a little bit unhappy about. But again, this is down to the court of MCOC opinion. Whatever you have an opinion on might be different to mine, so that's fine. We still respect each other. We still have difference of opinions. It's just a case of like, you know, sometimes we won't always agree on stuff, but that's life. It's kind of like welcome to having an opinion on something. But anyway, seeding. What is it all about? So each season, summoners will be demoted 6 ranks from where they ended up last season. The only exception to the summoner cannot be seeded higher than is Platinum 1. That means summoners at the top of Vibranium, as well as Gladiator Circuit, will be seeded into Platinum 1. Now, this could be, as I said, a beneficial thing, because if you are... And then what this could mean is, for those players that are always kind of Cavalier level, that are kind of like, well, we always get stomped on nowadays when we go to things like Platinum and Vibranium and stuff like that. What it means is those lower accounts will be able to kind of get out to the bottom and go all the way, you know, up to the top more efficiently. And I would say fairly, it just kind of changes the dynamic a little bit, how you are stomping with your account. Like a Conqueror player, an uncollected player being stomped by a Thronebreaker player kind of scenario. With that one, that's not 100% how to explain it, because it's very much a case of roster depth, roster strength, if you know what I mean. So it's not always kind of that case, but I tried to, that's probably a better way to describe it than the way I did about progression levels, because, you know, some people could have a stonking Thronebreaker account and be able to smash Paragon players, theoretically. Okay, so how rewards work. Once Season 11 rolls out, summoners will be starting partway up the victory track in order to make sure they don't miss the rewards for the ranks they've seeded above. Summoners will get all the rewards below where they were seeded, playing 5 matches during that season. That means if you were seeded in Platinum 1, you'll only need to play 5 matches to get all the rewards from Bronze 3 to Platinum 2. Nice. That's not too bad, actually. That means, like, you know, rewards for nothing, and that can be feel quite good. Depends if you want to kind of work from the bottom to the top, but you know, it's all about finishing on the highest point possible. With all these changes, we're going to be keeping a very close eye on how this affects matchmaking, season fatigue, and the number of summoners that make it into Gladiator Circuit. Expect more consistent updates each season after we had some time to digest what the new landscape of Battlegrounds looks like. And that's the thing as well, because it's, again, something new. This may be, Kabam may succeed or they may fail. So I think as long as we kind of get that particular idea out the way, that they could succeed and they could fail when it comes to these changes. And that's the thing. I don't know what it's. We'll have to see whether or not it feels like a chore, because everybody's going to be fighting in the same kind of area if you are gladiator circuit people. And that's the thing. Even if you, this is the problem, isn't it? Like if I go, hey, great, if for this season I get another Uru placement, I'm like, oh yeah, cool. I got an Uru placement. I'm pretty happy with that. But then somebody is in the top 10 in the entire community in the world. And I face off against those particular people trying to get out of the situation of everybody's in Platinum 1. I don't know if it's kind of like it's going to work first time. I don't think it is. But at least to say that, like, okay, well, we'll have to see like how it works. And I'm not saying everyone should start off in Gladiator Circuit. That's definitely not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is the fight to get out of this is kind of the same problem that we had when you start off in Bronze and you're like, yeah, I'm faced up against an account that's about 2,000 more prestige than my account, or has like a load of rank 5s and a load of rank 2/7 stars, and I'm looking at like, yeah, this isn't gonna work very well. It's gonna take me a while to get out of Bronze. The same thing may be said for that in Platinum, and could be worse to say if people decide, no, do you know what, I'll just take a break this season, and you're like, then they're back down in Bronze 1. You're not going to get... I'm not saying you should get easy fights, but what I'm saying is those stonking accounts could literally pop up left, right, and centre, rather than going, yeah, I'm not getting... This is not kind of a good process to get out of it. Again, don't know. It's very early stages, to kind of like have an opinion on this one. Need to see facts first on how the season goes. Victory track updates. And this is the thing I'm a bit unsure about. Season 10 is adding 3 new ranks to Victory Track with the introduction of seeding. We wanted to extend the Victory Track as summoners will no longer have to progress through the entirety of the new ranks and the rewards as follows, which you can see on the screen. Yeah, I tell you what, it's a massive devaluation on 6-star relics. So I don't know if you can see this. I'll try and get this into shot. But yeah, 1,000 6-star shards, relics one that is. That's a huge devaluation in the worth of them. Surprised to see that. But look, there's some positives, like you get more trophy tokens to play with, which would be good to buy stuff. Extra Elder Marks by 200. Extra relic shards for lower things. Okay. Look, it depends what you like about this, whether you not like this kind of stuff. For me, I kind of feel like we're just adding more grind, and adding more grind means there's more time to this, which kind of like lowers down the pace. And I thought this was all about trying to quicken up the pace so that the highly skilled people with the better rosters are getting up in front of everyone else and are going to compete. And that's great. That's what I would have liked to see. But for a lot of people that are kind of looking to kind of with their rosters not really up with the kind of the big stocking rosters and the highly skilled people, trying to fight with them is very difficult. So that kind of like is not improving the process and the quickening and the pace of the process, which is something that's kind of like a key fundamental. And especially going from silver medals required now up to 4 and bronze up to 3. Is this going to be something that's going to be seen for more lower players and lower accounts? Maybe like Cavalier players, Thronebreaker players, Uncollected players may look at this and go, well, this is going to take longer for me to get out of here from this. But we'll have to see the impact. Again, it's all about, we need to see the impact, the data, and then we can make a reaction to that. Okay? In Season 10, as matchmaking is the key thing right now, we're making some more matchmaking changes. Our intent is to make matchmaking less focused on account power in the early ranks of Victory Track. Over the past number of seasons, we've been lowering how much account power plays into the matchmaking in early ranks of Victory Track. We've been making these changes because we notice high number of summoners with weaker account power having a much easier time getting up the ranks of Gladiator Circuit, which I think is an important thing. At times, like prior to Season 9, so last season was, I don't know, I think it was fine. Like there was some really bad matchmaking to begin with, and then it just mellowed out because a lot of those bigger accounts stomped on me and went up. And you might be thinking, well, you got a Paragon account, Rich. You've got nearly 4 mil power thing job. That means nothing. It means nothing. Versus rank 2 7 stars and rank 5 6 stars, which I do not have in plenty. I'm a non-spending player and trying to get that. I'm not willing to spend to get it to it. I'm happy with what I'm doing, but I would like to see Kabam kind of issuing some stuff with that. And it looks like they're potentially doing that. Yeah. Due to only matching up with accounts similar power, this meant that often it was easier to have a fresh, uncollected account with a Paragon experienced summoner cruising through victory track. Well, this is the thing, isn't it? People will say, oh, this particular player, you know, oh yeah, like it was so easy because I've now just grown my new free-to-play account or my new account from nothing to Paragon. It's like, well, you're experienced with the game. You know how to play the game. When you know how to play the game, you know, you get things done quickly. You know what you're doing. Other people do not. We feel that this is pretty unreasonable, and it is heavily skewing the matchmaking and Battlegrounds experience for summoners, both high and low account powers. The changes we've made at this point have already seen some great results. Yep, by the end of last season, I was seeing good matchmaking, a little bit iffy in Gladiator Circuit, but I would say that I am equally matched up against people, or have been for about 80 to 90% of the time. Inevitably, it will lead to some uneven matches where massive accounts punch down against newer folks. It is unfortunate, but this change will allow those accounts to climb faster than others, allowing them to progress out of the lower level matchmaking pool sooner. With seeding being introduced, these accounts should be moving to higher ranks. So basically what Kabam are saying is that next season is when you'll start actually seeing improvement. Sorry, I didn't put that into shot, but you know what I mean. The introduction of seeding is going to shake what rank summoners start each season at and spend most of their time in. So this will be the last matchmaking change for a few seasons to let us collect data on how changes. Yeah, matchmaking is going to have to be a big thing. As I said, I thought it was getting better by the end of last season, but I don't know if that's just a placebo effect or it's kind of a slow heal to a wound, because all those high accounts and highly skilled people had already pre-stomped on me, and you as well, but not just me, you, and had gone up into victory track, past victory track, and into Gladiator Circuit, and climbing the ranks as there. So I don't know, you know, that's again just that's a personal assessment by me, but you know, it seemed logical to kind of deduce that particular element right there. For season 10, we're going to be extending the duration season by 5 hours. Be interesting because a lot of people will be kind of like fighting to the bitter end and lager end in order to get to Vancouver. That's the meta. I'll put a link in the description down below. I think this is a very divisive thing, and it'll be kind of like hit and miss with the community. Some will like it, some won't. I'll be doing a meta video later on today that covers a lot of this stuff here from week 1, week 3 of Gladiator Circuit, and as well the victory track and the best champions to get out and help to do it. Check out some other content located on the screen. Have a lovely day, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you all soon. Much love and goodbye.